Hey YouTube family. I'm usually not doing the introductions. My husband is, but I wanted to come on here, and if you read the title, it's mostly about my recent realization of my health issues and basically sugar addiction. Now, a little bit of backstory is that a little bit of backstory is that I've been heavy most of my life. I thinking back out like 8 years old. I can remember being heavy. And I never knew why. I never knew why I was much heavier than most people. But I do remember eating a lot. I ate everything. I ate everything. I remember sneaking into the kitchen and eating granola bars, candy, any snacks that I could get my hands on, and I would always sneak and get it. Fast forward a little bit older, high school. I remember like summer during high school, like eating entire boxes of Velveeta, doing all kind of things to basically get food. And I never knew why. I do remember being sad a lot and in a depressed mind state, and it was just a lot going on, and I realized that food was a big comfort for me, which was not good because I just kept gaining and gaining and gaining. And when I got older, out of high school, because I got picked on a lot, and it always just, I never knew why. I never knew what was wrong with me. I just was always sad. After high school got a little bit better, I developed a very mean, angry exterior. I was always angry, and I shut people out and I pushed them away because I was like, you know what? I never thought I was good enough. And that kind of led to relationships I shouldn't have been in, dealing with people that were trash, like just allowing people into my life just because I felt like I needed somebody in there, which I didn't. But I just, at that time I felt that way. Um, I never even thought that I would be dating anybody because of my size. Like, because I was big, I really didn't know how to, I wasn't into like makeup or hair or anything like that. So, I just was always sad. And then, as time went on, I got a little bit older, and I realized that all the eating was just, part of my life. It was like I would go to, fast food restaurants, order like the biggest size whatever, and go sit and eat candy, lots of candy. And like I started getting, like, I remember being younger and my neck would get black, like neck was black, just like my face, just terrible skin, just a lot of just bad thing. And it came from ingesting too much sugar. Now, I went on a diet in my early 20s, and it was just like eggs and V8 juice, and I lost like 23 pounds in about 3 weeks, I think it was. And that, like, it kind of helped me push the sugar out, but it didn't help me with like the way that I relate to food, because it just sometimes, like, stuff sounds good and you just want to eat it, and it's like it's overindulgence. And so once I went back to eating regular food, I got big and I gained even more weight. Like, I gained even more. It was crazy. Then during that time, I'd actually met my husband, and he, like, when I met him, we both discussed, like, we like to work out. We like, because I did find that I enjoyed being strong and being able to run and being able to do all this stuff. I found that I, was able to do all that. And he said he liked to work out, and I knew he did because he was like all kind of muscular and all that stuff. And I always felt like, oh my gosh, like, I can't keep up with him. Like, we would go work out together and he would run and I'm like back here about to die, and things like that. So I ended up feeling really bad about myself, but he never mentioned it. He was always very encouraging, very much like, hey, let's go work out if you want to work out. Because he never mentioned my weight, but he would get, I'm going to say, annoyed when I would always be sad about it and bring it up. And he's like, no, I'm not even thinking about that. So we ended up getting married. And the first thing we did when we got married was do Insanity. And we finished about half of it. And I found that after that, I think it was like 60 days or 30 days we finished, or 60 days, something like that. And I ended up finding out that I was pregnant. So I had to, of course I had to stop. Not knowing at the time that you can work out when you're pregnant. It's actually really healthy for you. So I was pregnant. I ate. I did what people tell you to do when you're pregnant. It's just eat. And I had my first son, and I had gained more weight, about 40, 50 pounds. And I think my highest weight was almost 330 pounds. And I was so uncomfortable, so just depressed. And I was like, no, I can't do this. So I went on a low carb keto diet, and I realized that I felt great. I was working out, doing CrossFit, getting strong, and I cut the carbs. And it was an easy diet because, carbs are, you can eat like bacon, cheeseburger, bread. The only thing is I missed the sugar. And so soon as I would eat like a artificial sugar or, a other sugar, I would crave like regular like sugar. And that was really bad. And eventually I went back, and then I gained the weight right back. So I was like, okay, this is hard. So I struggled because every day I said, I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Never did it. And it was like, and it's more than just like, people say, just do it. Just do it. And I'm like, your mind has to be there. Your mind absolutely has to be there. So fast forward about a year, we were at the zoo, I remember. And my son was about 2 years old, I think. And he was running. So I was like, my husband was running to keep up with him, but he had the backpack and everything. And I was so uncomfortable in my clothes. I felt constricted. They were too tight, and I kept having to pull my shirt down, and I hated it. I was just like, no, I have to do something. So I went back on the diet, and I noticed that the low carb wasn't hitting me like it did before. So I ended up looking into weight loss surgery, and I did it. I ended up doing it, and for people that haven't had it, that have like an opinion about it, let me tell you, weight loss surgery is not easy. It's not easy at all. Like, you have it and it helps you lose the weight, but I can promise you, when I had it, I worked my behind off. I ate right because I was so encouraged by it. I was like, okay, I'm not going to have this and still eat like crap. So I watched what I ate. I watched my portions. I mean, yes, it forces you to some extent, but you can stretch your stomach right back out, especially if you have an addiction to food. So, I watched my portion size. I got up at 4 a.m. I ran. I went to the gym. Me and my husband did Insanity again. I worked my behind off, and I got great results. I loved it. I was like, cool. And so then found out I was pregnant with my second son. So I worked out the first few months. I still ran, and I stayed small. Like, it's funny because I stayed really small during my pregnancy. I was like, cool, I'm not doing too bad. Probably the last month is when I kind of like ballooned. And that's because I really couldn't move or anything like that. So after I had him, I was like, okay, I'm going to go run. I'll run. But being a mom and the person that I am, I like, to be busy. I like to get things done. I want, I don't like to just sit around. I like to relax, but I always have like ideas in my head, like what I need to do, So after I had him, I tried to work out here and there, but it just really wasn't, hitting like I needed it to. So I ended up like falling off really bad. And I hate it because I work so hard. And beating this food thing is harder than I think a lot of people realize when it's something that it's just, having weight loss surgery, you have to deal with your food. You have to deal, like, it. That's the only thing about it. It helps you lose weight. So you have a false sense of you having a handle on your food. Even though I did watch what I ate, when I had my son, it was just, I was all about convenience. And there's so much processed stuff out here, so much stuff labeled as healthy that's not healthy. And I know it works for me. Every time I've done keto, like really stuck to it, I've lost weight. Maybe not as fast as the first time, but I've lost weight. Then when I incorporate intermittent fasting in there, I always lose weight. And so I know what works for my body is to cut the carbs, the sugar, and all of that, and limit my calorie intake. It's hard, and I'm still working on it right now. Like today, I kind of had like, what you call a come to Jesus moment with my weight loss, because I'm like, I worked very hard. Like, I've been working very hard, and I want my kids, I had 2 boys. I don't want them to grow up and have the same weight issues that I had. And, my husband, he's always been big on working out, but even him, he noticed, kind of being a parent, you kind of you gotta fall off, especially when he's very, much involved in them, like homework, just active and helping do all the kind of stuff. And so we kind of are a team in that. And so sometimes the workout has to go to the back burner, especially, us both working full time. I'm in school full time. And I just realized, how much health is important, because I don't even feel it. Because last year I felt great in my clothes. I like to get dressed. I like to, and now I'm back to the point where I just like, I don't even care. Like, I don't care. I don't want to get dressed. I don't want to do anything. And it's because food, like, and you realize, I tried this today, mindful eating. If you actually bite into something, close your eyes and bite into it, and eat without watching TV, eat sitting at the table, quiet, you realize that you don't like most of the stuff that you're eating. Because I didn't. I ate something. I was like, this is nasty. And then I ate something else that was cooked, and it was on the healthier side. It was low carb. It was like a low carb quesadilla, and with the carb balanced tortilla, and it was actually really good, and I enjoyed it. So with that being said, I'm gonna try and post here a little bit more about my own personal health journey, because it kind of I guess therapeutic for me to talk to the camera or talk to my phone or whatever, in addition to doing the thing with my husband, because we both are on a health journey. But I just decided to do a video. I'm about to go pick up my son. I'm just sitting in the car, and I'm just thinking about it, because so many people struggle, and it's hard. And people like to pretend, that, oh, I lost all this weight, I'm doing this and that. I'm like, no, let me tell you right now, I struggle big time. But the only thing is, the key is to not let the struggle beat you. Like, stay prayerful, stay encouraged. Keep, if you fall off, keep going, keep getting back up and be like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Because that's what I have to do. Is say, I'm gonna do this. And my why is my babies. Like, I need to be healthy for them. I'm, experiencing a lot of like weird medical stuff now, like heartburn now, because I just turned how old am I? 31, and I'm like, I woke up, my leg was hurting. I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I have to be healthy. So with that being said, I hope that with these videos I can help somebody, or somebody can help me, because I have to lose this weight, and the goal is to lose, I'm not going to, give myself a time limit, but I do want to lose 30 pounds. So hopefully I can post once a week, my car videos or whatever, even though it's probably stupid, but whatever. Post once a week or something about my progress, because I'm pretty pumped up. I'm pretty ready to do this. So that being said, hopefully I can get this done. So I'll see y'all later.